Tesla is here to protect life on Earth. July 16, 2022. Earlier today, Tesla and SpaceX CEO Elon Musk tweeted Tesla is to protect life on Earth. SpaceX to extend life beyond. If this sounds familiar, that's because you listened to my interview with him on my podcast a couple of weeks ago. Elon spoke at length about the purposes of both of these companies and shared the importance of protecting life on Earth. In our talk, Elon pointed out the importance of protecting the creatures on Earth. And this includes us, humans, as well. One of the common misconceptions about Elon Musk is that he wants to go to Mars and forget about Earth and its problems. This is not true. Although he does want to take humanity to Mars, it's not to escape problems on Earth. It's to solve another problem that many don't think about: preserving the light of consciousness. What the light of consciousness means to Elon Musk. I asked him what the light of consciousness meant to him. It can mean many things to different people. Elon told me to the best about knowledge. The only conscious life that we're aware of is on Earth. Conscious in the sense of at least thinking that it has self-awareness. I think therefore I am, or whatever you know, Descartes. We've never found microbial life in the rest of the solar system, but it's possible that we may find microbial life or something, maybe even sea life under the ice of Europa. That's an interesting open question mark. But at least thus far we've seen no signs of life whatsoever, not even microbial, outside of Earth. And according to geological records, as best as science can determine, Earth is about 4.5 billion years old. The universe is about 13.8 billion years old. This suggests that it's odd that there's not. If the universe is this old, if the solar system is this old, it's odd that only now very recently has life evolved that can talk and write and communicate ideas in a sophisticated way. Protecting life on Earth. Elon also shared how resources should be used to solve problems on Earth while also enabling humanity to become multiplanetary. I kind of think we've got a responsibility to protect the rest of the creatures on Earth. 2. I think we should do that, and I think a reasonable thing would be, like I said, about a 1% of our resources and 99% for Earth problems, but I think 1% for making life multiplanetary and ensuring the long-term survival of consciousness and life as we know it is worth 1% of resources. That's what I would propose to the people of Earth. And then of course we still need to make sure things are good on Earth. Of course. It's not like, oh, let's abandon Earth. Sometimes people are like, are you just gonna let Earth go to hell? I'm like, no, we need to make everything we can to make Earth good. Tesla's goal is to help ensure a good future for Earth, and then SpaceX's goal is to make life multiplanetary and ensure the long-term survival of consciousness. How Tesla is helping Earth. The average person may see Tesla as a luxury car company. In reality, it's more than that. Tesla's mission is to accelerate the transition to sustainability and is doing a pretty decent job of this already. However, this doesn't mean the work is over. Far from it. Together, Tesla and EVs have saved at least 120,000 lives from pollution so far. At the very least. Source reposted and summarized from John A. Kreider at Tesla RT. My take, there you have it. Some inside thoughts from the main man himself. Tesla gets permission to sell early Model Y builds at Giga Berlin. July 16, 2022. Earlier this week, we shared with you that Tesla seemed to be planning to sell Model Y crossovers that were built in Germany ahead of official production. Tesla was allowed to produce some 2,000 electric crossovers for testing purposes before it began building models for customers. The information was discovered by German media outlets in a document about Tesla's manufacturing in Germany. The document revealed that the automaker had only disposed of about 100 of the early Model Y copies. It also noted that early copies with good quality could likely be used without any significant restrictions, which made people assume Tesla might try to sell them to customers. Fast forward to the present, and the Brandenburg State Office for the Environment shared that Tesla won't be breaking the rules if it moves forward with selling the good quality Model Y SUVs to consumers. The Brandenburg State Office for the Environment is the organization with the power to decide if Tesla would be cited or punished for selling the early production EVs, while Tesla originally produced the Model Y units as part of its testing process. If the cars are in the same condition as those coming off the assembly line today, there seems to be no reason Tesla can't sell them. With the current situation related to supply constraints, it would be wasteful if the automaker had to scrap all those cars. And clearly, the state office realizes this. German media outlets are also reporting that Tesla has used a legal argument to plead its case. since the final approvals for Giga Berlin came in early March 2022. They made all of the earlier partial approvals unnecessary. Tesla argued that all the provisions in the early approvals were not effective once the primary approval was granted. According to Tesla RT, Thomas Frey from the Brandenburg State Office for the Environment shared in a statement about the matter, Tesla is free to process bodies that were created during the period of testing the operational capability and to sell them if they are marketable. Frey also added that emissions control laws work to avoid potential waste. For this reason, the state office would rather not have Tesla disposing of thousands of cars that are potentially fine just because the automaker produced them earlier than other copies. There's not yet any word on how many Model Y Tesla will sell from the early batches. And it's only assumed the company produced around 2,000. We'll have to wait and see if we learn more about the situation as it unfolds. Source reposted and summarized from Stephen Loveday at Inside E.V.S. My take. Nice to see that those cars won't have to be scraped. Elon Musk talks future Trump presidency. July 16, 2022. As you've probably heard, former U.S. President Donald Trump took to his Truth social media platform to go after Tesla CEO Elon Musk. Among other questionable statements, Trump said Musk previously told him he voted for him. Of course, Musk claims Trump's statements are false. Clearly, Trump is attacking Musk since the Tesla and SpaceX CEO announced publicly that he voted for President Biden in the most recent election. And he also claims he voted for President Obama in the past. The first attack from Trump that was pointed at Musk happened at a recent Trump rally in Alaska, where the former president called Musk another bullshit artist. However, Trump also engaged in a bit of a tweet storm on Truth Social. Trump brought up subsidies and said Musk's companies would be worthless without the government's help. He also referred to each of Musk's most well-known ventures as essentially useless, saying that Tesla's electric cars don't go far enough, the driverless cars crash, and the SpaceX rockets are headed to nowhere. Fast forward to the present. And Musk has now commented on Trump a few times. H has been asked in interviews if he supports the former president and plans to vote for him. But that was prior to these new attacks. At the time, he made it clear he was undecided. However, it seems HES made his decision at this point. In summary, the Tesla CEO said it's time for Trump to move along and let the next generation of politicians run for the presidency. He also suggested that it's time for the Democrats to stand down and stop encouraging Trump, since it likely makes the former president even more determined to run for the office and win. Not surprisingly, Trump supporters disagreed with Musk, who shared that even though Trump made some notable accomplishments, he caused too much drama. The CEO also, once again, referred to Trump's age as an issue. Musk believes there should be a limit to the age at which a person should be allowed to run for the U.S. presidency. We have no way of knowing if it was sort of a joke or not. But Musk thinks 69 is a good number for the maximum age of presidential candidates. As you can see, Musk said Trump would be 82 by the time his next potential term came to an end. He also added that if Florida Governor Ron DeSantis runs against Biden, HES sure to win. Source reposted and summarized from Stephen Loveday at Inside E.V.S. My take. No comment. I try to steer clear of politics and stick to cars. 7,000 Teslas spotted at Shanghai's Luchao port. July 16, 2022. At least 7,000 Tesla Model 3s and Es have been spotted at Shanghai's Luchao port according to Tesla enthusiast Sawyer Merritt. Sawyer confirmed on Twitter that he counted the total number of vehicles. There was another report about thousands of vehicles at the Luchao port in Shanghai, and now we know there are 7,000 vehicles. The photo comes from a still from Wu Hua's latest YouTube video according to Wu Hua. The dock at the southern port of Luchao was filled with more Tesla vehicles than he expected. In the video description he said the dock at the south port of Luchao port was filled with more Teslas than previously expected. As last week's Tesla started to assemble at the dock, I thought it would be shipped out soon. But this week I saw more Teslas and they are still coming to the dock. Since July, the Shanghai factory has entered a production line renovation and optimization period, and the factory is in semi-production. On July 5, the first phase of M3 started production and the second phase is taking a break. So during this period, M3s produced at the factory are mainly shipped to Luchao Port South Pier. Some Australian friends have been inquiring when they can see the Tesla they ordered at the dock and thought it would gather at the Shanghai Haitong dock. But we went to the Haitong dock last week to confirm that Tesla basically gave up the more distant Haitong dock and took the Luchao Port South dock as the main export port. So, Australian friends, if you ordered the M3, maybe it is among the dock. If you ordered the Mi, then you may have to wait a while. But do not worry, very happy will appear. Source reposted and summarized from John A. Kreider at Tesla RT. My take: that is a lot of Teslas. China is really cranking them out. Full steam ahead.